I completely deleted Instagram, and this is how it's made my content so much better. And ultimately, it's going to make me the best content creator that I can be in the long run. If you're not sure who I am, my name's Joey. I help other creators build personal brands and document their passions online. I grew 65K followers in the last year and a half or so, and this is me in my studio with my paintings. I run a school page where, I have 427 members right now, and it's been great. But I deleted Instagram in hopes to find clarity and make sure that I'm not over consuming so that all my content doesn't feel like other people's, which I've fallen victim before. I've deleted it out of my morning routine and my night routine. So I don't consume Instagram right when I wake up, and I don't consume Instagram an hour before bed. And that's how I've deleted Instagram. I actually haven't fully deleted the app because obviously I need to post things and build my personal brand and my business. This is how you're going to grow fresh eyes, by getting further from it, seeing it from a bird's eye perspective, not actually sitting there face close to your screen and realizing, oh my God, why am I not being myself in my videos? Why am I not portraying myself as the person I want to be? It's because you're too close to your content. You're overanalyzing things. You're not being yourself. A new perspective is gained when a artist steps back from a painting, and it creates this desired path on the ground, especially on like a wood floor. You can see it in this photo. That's what I do when I see my paintings when trying to get new eyes. You can't always leave the studio and come back the next day with fresh eyes. Sometimes you have to make some edits while you're there in the studio. So the best way to do it is just to see it from different vantage points. See it from this angle. See it from 20 feet back. That's what you need to do with your content. Theoretically, go back and really look at your account and see, what is it that people even want to come to your account for? Why is it that you're making content in the first place? What type of person are you even trying to attract to your content? These all are going to play a huge role when it comes to actually nailing down who your ICP is, who your intended avatar is. If you're making videos for everybody, you're going to make videos for no one, and that's how you're going to burn out, because nobody's going to see them. Seeing your content with fresh eyes will allow you to build a brand that's authentic to you. Seeing content with fresh eyes is going to make you build the most authentic brand that's closest to you. Forget all you know about the trends, the hooks, the sounds, the posting times, pillars, keywords, niches. You are the niche bullshit. Personal branding all comes down basically to you and what you're interested in, and what other people that are just like you are also interested in, and how deep you can get on those topics, and how much you can reiterate the same information in different ways for people to want to watch. That's all it is. Personal branding is literally just a conglomeration of the things that you love the most presented out onto a screen. It's nothing more complicated than that. You don't need to go into all these minute details, worrying about whether or not the hook is right, the sound is viral or trending or whatever it is. You just need to make good videos that you're fully passionate about. And the same way you can hear the passion in my voice is the same way you need to be making videos every single day on this platform. You need to be in your editing app wondering whether or not your ICP will like this intended vantage point or angle that you're trying to present on the topic that they're interested in. Is this something that would even interest you? Would you scroll away from your own video? These are all questions you need to ask while you're building this personal brand. And these are some of the things that gets overlooked. So audit yourself. Think back to when you first started. What brought you to click post? That's the biggest thing. What really sparked that spark? Probably wasn't money. It was probably because you had a unique perspective, a guiding principle, a favorite hobby or something you really love to do as a kid maybe. For me, it was like stop motion Lego animation. I loved to make those videos with I had a digital camera, like a 2006 digital camera, and I was sitting there alone just making these sets and building these stop motion animation clips at 9 years old, which was crazy. And I didn't need to be doing that, but I loved it, and I loved posting them on YouTube. So a lifestyle that we handcrafted. For me, it was painting in the studio walls of my apartment, just sitting here and really relishing in the fact that I'm relatable right now. My mission was very vague at that point. All I wanted to do was find other painters and be around them and attract them to my page so that we can all have a community of people to, have that same sort of discourse. Like I said before, most of us didn't start with monetization in mind. It's something we gather while being on this platform. UGC, digital products, coaching, these are all just byproducts of the dream when we started. These are things that are going to keep us going in the future, but it's not why we started. And that's not why you should keep going. Going too far in one direction can lead to burnout, but even worse, it's not being authentic to the version of you who started without money as a North Star. That being said, post without expectations. This is what I tell all my students. Just post without expectations. Everything that we're going to do here is getting data points. All we want to do is find out what works, what doesn't work. Maybe we can figure out hooks and niches and pillars at some point. But for right now, let's get some actual actions in place and get the ball moving so that we can build this momentum. January 1st, 2024, I decided to go all in and post every single day with my personal brand. This was after I already posted for 7 or 8 years. Not every single day, but I was posting very consistently. And I just said, let's just send it. What's the difference between me and someone with 400K followers? And I needed to find the parallels. I went back and I researched all these different accounts for months. Once I was ready, January 1st, I decided to just jump in. And after the first 3 months, I ended up with 7,000 followers. It was something that I never thought was possible. And I honestly didn't even have the self-belief to believe I was able to do this kind of thing. As the momentum started to shift, I was like, dude, I need to get a studio really, really fast. How am I going to present myself in a better way that's not in my studio? I kind of ran out of ideas of like different shots I could get in here. I was using my phone on top of my fan to get like big panoramic shots of my room while I was painting. I was doing all I could. And then I eventually got the 600 square foot studio that changed everything. It made the brand larger than life. It gave me a set piece to really work in. Like I had a place to think. I had ideas and I could store my paintings without having to bump into them every time I walked in this room. It was becoming an issue. But either way, all I want you to do is think back to when you had this guiding principle or a favorite hobby or a unique perspective in your life that you feel like is different from people that you know, or people have gravitated towards it in the past. For me, it was art. People always told me I was a great artist. They always wanted me on school projects. I think if you just nail down on the thing that you're the best at, even if it's not something that's super popular or something that's going to be very shareable, I think there's plenty of people that will be interested in it, even if it's something they've never heard of. So whatever it is, post it and get it started. This leads me into saying, what are you gaining from not being an optimist? So many creators want to sit back and say, well, it's not really realistic because, I have this 9 to 5 job. I can't necessarily post as much as somebody that, is full-time artist or a full-time creator. But it doesn't matter. People all the time blow up with having a full-time job. Maybe that's what makes them relatable. Maybe it positions them and has the messaging of someone who they can actually see themselves in. More than half of this game is mental. If you can't post for more than a week without getting bummed out by the view count, this isn't for you. But that's why I'm here. I'm trying to instill the fact that as long as you come in with being an optimist, you're not a pessimist about content or about previous experiences with content. You come in with belief that you can do it and that you're capable of doing it. There's no stopping you. The beauty of this game is that the game is endless. There's no scarcity in this game at all. There is like still hundreds and hundreds of people that will grow to 1 million followers in the next few years, and they don't even have a video posted yet. That's what's crazy. You could post a 1 million view video on your next post and grow to 20,000 followers overnight. That's how insane this thing could be, and your life can change overnight. It's crazy how many people overlook this because I don't think they fully grasp how important this opportunity is, and the fact that we're in this renaissance period of it. We thought we were in the renaissance period when I was younger in like the Shane Dawson days, but no, this is the point where it's fully thriving. It's the wild, wild west. Anything can still happen. When a video does well, good. Let's make the next video like this one. If a video does bad, also good. I can make this into the best data piece for my next 10 videos and knowing what works and what doesn't with my audience. Plain and simple, if you can keep a level head and use everything as a data point, you will not only be happier, but you will be able to act less on emotion. And this is a game of emotion. If you can keep your head level and not go too low on the lows and not too high on the highs, you will be perfect. If you can stay, it's a time horizon game. If you can, whoever sticks out the longest is gonna win. And that's all I gotta say. If you want to work one-on-one, I help creators pursue their passions online and build their personal brand. Just shoot me a DM on Instagram and I'll be more than happy to talk to you through it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.